So, here on the channel, we've been talking about how to change our habits, how to raise our vibration, how to tap in with the ancestors, and these different dimensions. And so, for some people, change can be difficult. Change can take courage, it can take willpower. And sometimes we need that incentive, right? That incentive to answer the question to why would I want to leave feeding myself chemically altered food? Or why would I want to leave listening to that low vibrational music? Or, constantly feeding myself that social media entertainment that leaves me overstimulated, right? Why would I want to leave that? And so to answer that question, and to give that incentive, I would highly recommend go checking out the other videos. But in this video that you're watching right now, which thank you for watching, real talk, thank you for being here, and thank yourself too. We're gonna explore the quantum leaping side of things, and what I mean by that is understanding how once we leave eating that chemically altered food that leaves us dense, once we leave overstimulating our brain with nonsense, it can allow us to free up space within our energy for us to operate on those higher vibrations, those vibrations that operate at a less dense realm. And that food, right, is keeping us dense. And so it's by the practices that we will mention, right, little foreshadowing, and diving into the quantum leaping side of things that I feel can give that incentive to recognize that our minds and us ourselves are not confined by these linearity programmings that we've been taught in our experience. And so what do I mean by this? Well, to explore this, let's start with talking about what is quantum leaping. And so this gets me into what I just said. It's understanding that our minds literally have the ability to see the future and experience it in the present moment, and see the past and experience it in the present moment. But how do we experience this in the present moment? It's through our feelings. It's through our divine imagination. And so to really dive deep into this and what quantum leaping is, and to really give the essence of quantum leaping, is like quantum leaping is the practice of seeing a desired reality and choosing to embody the emotions and feelings and actions to kind of create this energetic ball that literally shifts your paradigm, shifts your energetic field, shifts on all different levels that even maybe don't even have words for, right? So that to me, that's my personal that's me putting quantum leaping into my own words. I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there to discuss quantum leaping. So I want to first give like just a basic example of how we literally, are doing like little quantum jumps here and there, right? And so, for example, like say you have an event or just something that is in the future, right? Or maybe there's nothing in the future and it's just straight fear, right? You see, this programming that we have had has left us in these fearful, anxious, and oftentimes depressive states. But most of the time it's coming from us seeing something either from the future or the past and experiencing that future reality that we've created in our mind in our present moment by choosing to feel what it would feel like, oh, if this experience happened. Oh, I'm gonna play it out in my mind, and now I'm feeling all this fear and stuff like that. And so that's the power of our mind, to be able to see a reality and literally feel it in the present moment. And that feeling, right, then gets what's the word I'm looking for? That feeling almost becomes like a wave in our energetic field, right? Our aura. And that wave gets sent out, right? Because we are electromagnetic fields. That wave of emotions and feelings gets sent into our electromagnetic field and then sent out. And it starts to become what we are attracting. And so this is why on the channel we've talked about, how to free our mind, how to operate on higher vibrations. Because if we allow ourselves to stay in these lower conscious states and these dense vibrations, then that's all where we're going to operate. And so when we do that enough times, it creates this imprint in our subconscious mind. And so it almost becomes like a confirmation when subconsciously we've been programmed to, let fear be our base reality. And then consciously, right, going back to that event, we're thinking of all this fear and we're seeing it in our mind and then we're feeling it in ourselves. And then now we've literally quantum leaped into that reality, right? In which we now feel as though that fear is here in the present moment, right? And so we've now created that reality with our thoughts and emotions and with sending it through our electromagnetic field. Now, real shit. For my beginners, and I feel like, anybody watching this probably knows this, but for my beginners, I know that might have been a lot that alone could leave you and send you into a ponder. And so this is why I've cultivated Elevated Oasis. So, you're looking to start your healing arc. Well, you came to the right place. You've been asking, is there more to this life? How do I find this more? What is this more? And all those answers that you seek, that your soul is searching for, is found within. I myself asked those very same questions, and it was the chakras that helped me answer these questions. But why in the world would you want to dive into the chakras? What are chakras and how does this help me heal? Well, it's understanding one of the basic laws of the universe, which is everything is vibration, meaning everything is energy. And these chakras act as the energy centers within inside our body. And it's when we begin to understand both the external energetics, but recognizing that the external energetics is influenced by our internal energetics, that being the chakras, that we start to put the influential power back in our hands. Because you see, what has happened is we've lived this life being influenced by external modalities, systems, and programmings that have confined not only our mental, but our energetic systems. So in this chakra course, we dive through the main 7 chakras, exploring how they connect to our external environment, allowing for us to transcend through the lower conscious states into higher conscious states through healing and evolving through each chakra. And it is through this that you find those inward answers, that you not only find your soul, but you remember your spirit. Go check that out, right? And so now the question becomes, how do we stop quantum leaping into denser and lower vibratory states and begin to use our mind to quantum leap into our desired reality? And that comes with the practices that we've mentioned on the channel, but also the ones that we're going to mention right now. You see, as I feel like you guys are starting to understand, our mind is powerful. We ourselves are powerful. We've just been programmed to think that we are just humans. All right. We're so much more. Like, if I could tell you how much more we are, I would be here for hours, but we are so much more. And to really just base it down, we are spiritual beings. We are spirit. We are light. Okay. And so practice number 1. All right. Practice number 1 is meditation, right? So why meditation, and why in the world would you want to meditate? Well, you see, as I stated in the beginning, we have been overstimulated with entertainment. And so a lot of our minds are fixated on melodramaticness, drama, traumatic experiences, and it's causing a unsynchronized, inharmony, part of self, which is the mind. And so when we meditate, we are allowing ourselves to be in that moment of stillness consciously. And what that's also doing is it's letting us operate on those different brain waves. And what are these brain waves? It's your gamma, your delta, your alpha, and your theta. I think I might be missing one. But what we really want to focus on is that theta state. And that's what happens when we enter that meditation. We're entering a frequency at which our mind is beginning to go into a very still place. And what that is doing is giving us access to our subconscious mind. And you see, I briefly mentioned it, but what has happened is our subconscious mind has been programmed one way, and we're also dealing with our conscious mind. And so this goes into quantum leaping, is if we can hook up our subconscious mind and our conscious mind to be on the same page, we can begin to energetically transform our reality. But that takes accessing our subconscious mind so that we can begin to rewire and put in new programming. And so that then comes into the next practice, which is visualization and affirmations. You see, visualization goes back into using our mind to create rather than to confine us, which we have been programmed to do. And so from there, we can begin to visualize a desired reality. And in regards to the chakra course, we speak about how visualization can be used to help us heal the specific chakras and also give us the answer that is needed pertaining to that specific energetic center. And so visualization is a powerful practice to help us use our imagination in a mindful way, to help us use that divine creativity to help us create and not confine, which is, I feel, is our greatest power, is creation, bro. It's the ability to come up here and get on the mic and speak, right? And so that next thing is affirmations. So if you really think about it, bro, all programming has been other people telling you words that you have now accepted as truth, right? So if you think about it, all you have to do is tell yourself words that you can accept as truth. And so from there, you begin to quite literally go into your mind and begin to rewire and reprogram things. But I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna get to what my butt was about. All right. And I want to get into the second practice. Okay. Now, the second practice is quite literally the combination of all of this. Okay. And I learned this one from Dr. B. Serious. Shout out to that brother for real. Elder for real. Peace. And so I forgot, he had a name for this, but I forgot it. But basically, it's just combining all of this, but using it when you're going to sleep. And so going back to what I was talking about in meditation, when in meditation, you are allowing your brain waves to sink into those theta states, right? And that theta state is allowing you access, because that stillness, that frequency is allowing you access to your subconscious mind. Now take a moment, think about what it's like when you're just sleeping, bro, when there's no conscious mind trying to throw all these egoic games at you and stuff like that, and it's pure stillness. You're literally in the subconscious mind, one could say. There's many theories, right? But that's just one perspective on that when you go to sleep. And so the combination of it is, as you're going into sleep, you're not only visualizing, but you're having affirmations. And so Dr. B. Serious stated that the best affirmation to really start with is the I allow affirmation, because oftentimes it's the tensity of certain specifics that get our mind wrapped up and creates this force. So when we use the affirmation, I allow success, I allow wealth, I allow love, it just creates that flow. It creates that flow. And so when you're laying down and as you're drifting off to sleep, and maybe, it's more specific, like, I allow myself to receive the gift that I'm looking for, right? And so when you say that, now you're envisioning that gift. What does that gift look like, right? So then you see it in your mind. What does that feel like? What would it feel like to have that shit magically appear? Like, it's like you just taken care of, bro. Like, you just allowing yourself to be taken care of by receiving that gift. What would it feel like? And you're repeating this, you're seeing this, and you're feeling it, right? And all of those things, as you're guiding yourself into sleep, is creating this, like, I'm trying to think of a cool metaphor. It's creating this, like, train, right? It's creating this train of abundant, powerful energy that you're taking into your subconscious mind. And so as you're sleeping the whole night, that is what your subconscious mind is operating on. It's the energy that you sent before you went to sleep. And so what my butt was going to be about is that all of this is cute. all of this is beautiful. All of this is power. But it's only one piece when it comes to quantum leaping. The other piece is that divine action. We have to be willing to listen to the energies that's going on within us so that we can be guided to the action to take that, quantum leap action. And what I mean by this is sitting back and asking yourself, what would the me be doing that received that gift, that got the followers, that got the attention, or whatever it is, whatever you're trying to manifest? What would the me be doing right now in this present moment? What would the actions, how would I be operating, how would I be thinking? Like, get creative with it, and then embody that version of yourself through that divine action. And it's a culmination of these practices and divine action and consistency that will begin to create that energetic ball that will literally shift your paradigm, starting in the mind, right? Going back to the beginning, starting in the mind, then sending that energy through your electromagnetic wave. And it's almost like a rebirth. Like it's like a it's like a shock to the system almost, because it's a quantum leap. Like you're leaping into another reality. And so starting in the mind with the practices, with the action and the consistency, creating that energetic ball, and then rolling it, right, riding that wave. And it's like the wave leads you into a portal that quantum leaps you into a new reality, into a paradigm shift, right? And so now there's a whole nother spiel about how you can recognize a quantum leap, or how you can recognize when you shifted realities. And I won't go on that tangent, but from personal experience, it's been very subtle things that you pick up on. And it's more of a feeling, and you can start to feel it. And it's almost like, it may be like 3 days that lead up to it, or it may be like you travel somewhere, and then when you come back to your crib, it just feels different. Those are some things I've recognized in my personal experience. All right. So quantum leaping, that's it right there. And I hope that gave you some incentive to kind of be like, damn, I have this power in my mind to do this. Now, how do I begin to do that? All right. So that's my spiel on quantum leaping. Thank you so much for joining me here. If you guys wish to support me more, you can check out the website Elevated Oasis, or just, leave a like, subscribe, the casual, normal stuff that I'm pretty sure you already did. All right. My name is Mark Anthony. Welcome to Elevated Talk, and welcome to the Cosmic Show. Peace to all. Gratitude to the ancestors.